This video is about setting multiple baselines. I'm going to open a new file. I'm going to go into the task usage view and give it a title and give it some activities. I give the project title by clicking on Format and click here, double click and give it a name and click OK. I've only got 4 activities here, A, B, C, D, and I will proceed to plan them from today and the rest of the week with hours. This is my plan for the week. You can see the number of hours and the total up here of planned hours. And in order to keep a record of this, I need to set a baseline. So I go into Project and I go into Set Baseline and set a baseline for the entire project. I now have a baseline. I can see that by opening the baseline work, closing the work, and I can follow up by opening the actual work. And now I can follow up each field here. I can also see the baseline if I go into the tracking Gantt. Which is here, and we can see the baseline of the project. I'm back in task usage, and I will now follow up each activity with the actual work. I can see I put in the follow-up here of actual work against all the different activities. If I go into the tracking Gantt, I will see the result here. Back in the task usage view, I can see my original plan, my actual work, my work here. I can put in a new column called actual work, which is this. So I can put in a baseline too. Which is this one. Let me just hide this work column because otherwise it gets rather confusing. You can see the original work was here, 35, and the actual work is 24. I've put in 3 other activities which I want to plan in next week and set a baseline. I'm going to change these activities to work and begin to plan these activities next week under work. I will also close the original baseline and the actual work to begin with. So that it's not confusing. I have now planned the 3 activities for next week. I will now save a baseline. But before I save that baseline, I want to keep an original plan. So I'm going to go in here, set baseline, and set a temporary plan, and set my current baseline to baseline 1. And click OK. And then I'm going to set a baseline again to overwrite the old baseline. I've now saved the original baseline. Click in here and I am going to set the baseline. Again, the current one, and you will see everything will change now. As you can see, the baseline is reset, but I have saved the first baseline, which can be put into these columns as baseline 1. If I want to see my original baseline as a graphical depiction, I could go into Show, into More Views here under Gantt, and I can find my Gantt with several baselines here. Choose that, and you can see the original baseline and the new baseline, and I can actually put in the original baseline and new baseline here with regard to work, etc. So I look for baseline 1, work. And I think it's this one. You can see the original 35 hours we had before. And we can actually find the actual hours for the original baseline too in the next column. You can put several different columns in here for information. The fact is you can save the data from the original plans.